New format going forward. I'll give you the loadout I'm comfortable with first and then rambling on with the new IDs, egos and the other loadout. Here's the first loadout, Faust double slotted. Here's the ego. No core ego for the Rupture team, just ego that help with clashing, sustaining stack or popping Rupture. It's just the old reliable double slotted Faust and it's the team I use most of the time. For middle dungeon, just slap in Jia Ishmael. Okay, moving to the new IDs. Not going in depth, I'll just highlight a few things you should know about the new IDs. Use Sinclair first. His stats are unimportant, his kit is cursed and the Lord abandoned him. If you use Sinclair on the field instead of backup, you are expected to spam his counter until you build up enough Rupture stack to use his other skill. He eats a lot of count, though his attack do inflict some count back. It's RNG based. It's very unreliable and will make counting Rupture count a bit rough. His damage is also rely on RNG more than other IDs. His skill 2 doesn't receive the reuse coin effect and bonus damage if the third coin doesn't land on head. Same with the bonus damage on his skill 3. The extra cherry on top with his skill 3 is that it only gives Sinclair one stack of his unique buff that will fall off when the turn ends. Why? Who knows? Does it matter? Not really. His passive is also very quack. Inflicting more burn is whatever for the Rupture team. It's extra damage and more debuff for Lord Honglu. And Jia Ishmael if you decide to run Sinclair and Ishmael together. I won't judge. The passive only works if he loses clash to gain burn through his skill or take damage. Taking unopposed attack damage in the Rupture team is actually a lot more finicky than you think. It's literally because of Faust's assist defense. Combine that with Wu Yisang aggro and you'll find out that it's very hard to get targeted by 2 attacks. His kit is incompatible between his skill and passive. His skill wants to win clash to gain XP for damage and coin reuse, but his passive requires him to lose clash to gain buff. I swear he is cursed. Wu Yisang. His HP stat is important here. He has slightly higher HP than Malfaust, which means he will take over Talisman Sinclair support passive. Wu Yisang has a total of 3, 4 if you count his enhanced skill 3, instances of Rupture potency in his kit, while Malfaust has 7. Faust can make a lot more uses out of Talisman Sinclair passive, but this is min-maxing stuff. If you are a normal player, then it should not matter that much. For the 3-turn theory crafter, this will impact them a lot more. His Rupture infliction is okay. It's not the best and not the worst I have seen. Just very stable. What makes him stand out among the other Rupturer is his unique debuff, Concussion. More damage for Rupture? Why not? But it's kinda worthless if you don't have a decent amount of Rupture on the enemy. Don't expect this debuff to be at its full potential. Most of the time it will just add 6 or 7. It's not intended okay, it's just very likely for it to give 6 or 7 Rupture damage to the enemy. A little perk of this debuff is that it ignores the status damage reduction passive. Example with minus 50% status damage. As you can see, the Rupture trigger deal 22 damage instead of 19. Here's the damage equation. The damage reduction passive seems to not take into consideration the concussion extra damage, which make concussion a lot more valuable in fight with status damage reduction passive. He can inflict concussion with his skill 2, skill 3 and enhanced skill 3, with his skill 2 being conditional reliant. Okay, I have an additional note right here. His enhanced skill 3 is worse at inflicting concussion than his normal skill 3 because one stack of concussion is in the clash win effect. If you can't clash with the skill, you have to pray that Wu Yisang go first. Basically harder to utilize concussion than his normal skill 3. I find it interesting that you can play him exactly how you play W Yisang. Superbia out Dimension Shredder on turn 1 and just unopposed attack. Unlike W Yisang where he would like not to be attacked to get the extra charge from his ego passive, Wu Yisang doesn't care. It does mean giving up on stacking Line Breaker though. Extra note. Due to Wu Yisang being consistently fast and can inflict tremor, he works really well with Rogue Spanner Gregor passive. This makes 7 Heath stock rise by 100%. I don't know, I don't play stock. Moving to the next ID, the Lord of Honglu, or his other title, the Vegan Farmer. Well, technically he's not that bad for the Rupture count, he's just a part of why you have stack blow up sometime. His attack, he buff, he debuff, he heal, he command, and he pushes other Heisho back. His Rupture infliction can be better. The only problem is his skill 2. His skill 3 can act as another mouse skill 3, inflicting 3 stack of Debray haste on the enemy, which make the skill 3.1 and skill 3.2 count positive. The skills give him buff depending on which Heisho he combo with. The skill will pick who to combo with is based on the deployment order. After comboing, the chosen Heisho won't be picked again until he cycles through all the Heisho. Good luck cycling through all the Heisho in Rupture. Moving on to his counter, his clashable counter. When triggered, this means the skill has to clash against an attack, will retreat a Heisho. The way the skill pick who will be retreated is as followed. If all the Heisho are at 100% HP, it will pick the Heisho with the least HP and earlier in deployment order to retreat. If the Heisho are not at the same HP percentage, it will pick the Heisho with the least HP percentage. This matters because in order to retreat the Si or Yu Sinclair on turn 1, they have to be under level or the skill will target Mao Ryoshu or Otis. To the team building, it's actually quite simple. The usual 3, Lord Honglu, Wu Yisang, Lantern Dawn or 7 Heath, and the last spot is a flex spot. The last spot in the team can be filled with Cinq Meursault, Jia Ishmael, and the Si, or put both Lantern Dawn and 7 Heath in the team. Yu Sinclair will be in the backline. Despite having a very strong kit, Honglu is relegated to being a support most of the time. You use his skill 3 to inflict Debray haste to build up Rupture count, spam counter to give other Heisho attack buff, and the only real use of his skill 2 is when the enemy is almost dead. For the first 3 turns, your skill 2 is off limit. Don't use it. His counter has a very good effect that can be abused without much downside. The skill will most likely give all the Heisho slash power up and one of the lowest HP percentage Heisho to attack power up. The skill doesn't even need to trigger, just set the skill and override the clash. Make sure Honglu isn't on the receiving end of an unopposed attack, or else he'll send someone back if you have backup. When triggering retreat, you should expect it not to be perfect. Something will always be off. For example, retreat will target the Heisho you don't want it to target. The retreat bonus attack will explode the Rupture stack, the enemy being staggered, so you can't trigger the retreat. Retreat should be used as a finisher with how Honglu interact with the sub-in unit. The Heisho and Jia unit will receive a free skill 3 and 20 XP, which make them perfect as backup unit. I say a lot when it's literally just Jia Ishmael and Yu Sinclair. With Wu Yisang, Jia Ishmael can get a decent amount of poise. Hopefully she crit on her attacks. With the extra XP, you can try your luck with her Wingbeat Eagle. The XP boost and sub-in buff mean a lot to Yu Sinclair. Skill 2 coin reuse and Skill 3 bonus damage will be more consistent. Other than that, there are some variation with the deployment order, mostly with putting Pao first or Otis first. This will change if you're in the mirror dungeon. The order I usually go with is Honglu, Otis, Rosion, Faust, Ryoshu, Yisang, and Dawn. For the backup, I usually put Yu Sinclair first and then Jia Ishmael. For the support passive, having backup means some passive become unavailable to you. With Ishmael and Sinclair as backup, you're missing out on LCCB Ishmael and Talisman Sinclair passive. Beside that, Meursault and Heath passive remain unchanged. With Wu Yisang in a team, you can put Rose Banner Gregor for his support passive if you're not running Si Gregor. Egos. Just grab whatever is in the loadout one. Though I would like to talk about 2 ego in specific. Faust Command Meltdown and Sinclair Branch of Knowledge. Command Meltdown Awakening skill is not that good. Besides the fact that this ego is on Faust, Rupture doesn't really need healing. Rupture deals so much damage in 4 or 5 turns that you don't really need to heal. It's better to just let the unit die so you can make use of Honglu's sub-in passive. The corrosion, however, is quite nice. Imagine Lasso Ego but with 1 extra coin. Branch of Knowledge benefit a lot from the extra XP, and Yu Sinclair is actually a very good unit for popping the Rupture stack. You can sub in Sinclair on turn 2 and have him spam Branch of Knowledge. Now they just need to make Honglu retreat work properly. And I think that's it. Only showcasing 2 loadout, but the second loadout is definitely more flexible with how you want to build it. The first loadout is kinda stuck.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨지는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라. 모든 것을 가졌어. 일기당천.
숨통 끊기. 불가 위야 막아내지 못할 틈새끊어 바로이.
도끼를 본다. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
틈새끊어 바로이.
묘여, 길을 열어라.
승리를 위해서라.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
헤어내리.
틈새 깨치시게. 오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니. 불가 위
시비수에게 명한다.
막아내지 못할
이 앞에 숨지는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라. 모든 것을 견뎠어.
목을 콱 물어버리자고. 틈을 끊어 바로. 자!
숨통 끊기.
자!
저 해충들을 돌려내라.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 좀 멀겠지만. 하하! 이 수많은 소원들 중 그대가 이루고 싶은 소원은 무엇인가?
틈끊어. 바로
물러나라. 네 목숨은 아직 따로 쓸 적을 물었던
목을 콱
혈육도
물어버리자.
바로 뭐야?
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니